Hey Scorpio, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing your What's in Their Head spread for the month of January. And I wanted to say thank you for the 8,844 views for December's What's in Their Head. You guys are super. We've reached 19,000 subscribers and it's all thanks to y'all. I sure appreciate your efforts in participating in the channel. Thank you. Today is a pretty important day. Today's Yule. The longest night of the year, balancing light and dark harmony. Also, today is a 333 portal for twin flames. So today's the day to decide how you want to move forward in your twin flame journey. We've closed up karmic cycles. We've closed up our karma. Now we're moving forward in contracts, okay, and timelines about how we want to do this. So today's the day to choose. How do you want to move forward with your sacred relationship? So I'm going to get started today with an oracle card. Isolation, Scorpio. Are you in hermit mode? Looks as though, Scorpio, you're not communicating with someone. But let's see what the cards have to say. Yeah, you're isolating and you're protecting what's most precious to you. I think you're batting down the hatches, Scorpio. Okay, so let's see how they see you. If you're new to the channel, it's how do they see you? How do they feel about you? What are their intentions for you? How they view you physically, and a final outcome. They view you as having rejected something, Scorpio. I think they view that you've rejected them and that you're kind of moving on with your own plans forward. They think there are many burdens in communication, so that's why we have this isolation card here, perhaps. Many burdens in communication. You could be having communication in a couple of weeks from this love interest, partner, situationship, whatever you're in, okay? About probably, it looks like the right person, wrong time. Perhaps maybe that's how you feel about this person, Scorpio, as well. They're waiting for the right time to communicate to you about burdens. Think you've made a judgment call, you've isolated communication, you're batting down your hatches, gathering up your things. Some of you perhaps could be moving out of a situation and you're gathering up the items that are most precious to you and driving on with your own plan, your own home. So it looks like perhaps they want to communicate with you about a burden that this has created, and they're waiting for the right time. They're in deep thought about trying to reach out to you and communicate to you. So a couple of weeks, I think you're going to hear from that person. So let's see what their intentions for you are. They want to come together with you in love relationships, Scorpio. You have the Two of Cups here. They want to come together in choosing to be together. Okay, so they want you guys to choose, both of you to choose to be together. They want to run to you, rush into you with communication and passion. They want fiery new beginnings with you. They want new beginnings with you. But there's something stalling this thing out because it looks like your partner perhaps hadn't figured out until now which way to go. And it's caused a lot of anxiety in this relationship. It's caused a great deal of lack. But there is a new beginning on the table, a new abundant beginning on the table for you, should you choose to fulfill this mission, Scorpio. Scorpio, you might be of the mindset, well, you didn't choose me to begin with, so bye. That might be the kind of attitude that you might have, Scorpio, moving forward, but here's the deal. If you care for this person, don't let your ego and your pride stand in the way. Your person was having some decision-making issues. This is what they want. They want to move toward you. They want to move forward with you. They want new beginnings with you. However, Scorpio, you were rejected at one point, and now you've isolated communication, and you're just kind of, gathering up your stuff and protecting yourself and what's most important to you, because you felt like their indecision was a rejection. It's not. Okay, whatever their reasons were. They do want to move forward with you in a new beginning. They want, though, it to be a choice, okay? Here's maybe what the problem is. They want this to be a choice to move together. You're both on equal playing field, on equal playing ground. You're both making the decision to come together in relationship. Not because the fates decided or it's destiny or it's, whatever. They feel compelled to do it because they don't want to hurt you, okay? They want it to be a conscientious decision to come together in relationship. And so maybe that's why there was the delay in choice. But let's see what this is over here. Oh, okay. All right. It looks like maybe at one point for some of you, you were talking about moving in together, okay? And your person was kind of like, oh, I don't know. I'm not real sure about that. I kind of enjoy my own abundance and my own independence, and I want to move forward with my own identity, my own self. And so they were kind of defensive and protecting themselves against the idea of moving in with you or moving forward with you because they wanted their independence. They've made the decision to move forward with you, though, at a time they did not understand why and where, which way to go, okay? But now they know the direction. They took a little time off. They were trying to decide the direction, but they made the judgment that they want groundedness, they want stability, they want balance. So that's why they've chosen to move back toward you. Bottom line is, Scorpio, your person didn't have all the answers when you presented this to them. You felt like it was a rejection. But they do want this with you. They just had some stuff to work out. So let's see how they feel about you physically. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Swords in reverse. So, this isn't leading to heartbreak, okay? This is just leading to allowing someone to make a decision. Not because you want it, okay? But because if you want it, that's great, but the other person has to want it too, right? So at the end of the day, when you give them their time to make their decision, they're coming straight toward you. It's just when they do come straight toward you, you got to treat it. You can't treat it like it's a rejection. You're asking this person to change their world in a way, okay? And that takes some thought, So I wouldn't take it personally as a means of rejection. Courting. Your person wants to court you. It looks as though they want Okay, they want the same thing you do, the Ten of Cups, okay, but one person's turning away and the other person's kind of forcing the issue. So let it unfold the way it's supposed to. Because the two of you, you see how you're here together and all kinds of chaos is going on around you, but you're still, focused on each other. That's the way you should move forward. That's how they see you physically. They want to court you. They want it to be both your decision to do this thing. No matter what's going on around you, they still think you're the most beautiful person in the room and they're still into you. But they want things to be lightened up a little bit. And they're not sure that they could deal with seeing you with someone else. That's the problem. But use your powers for good and not for evil, Scorpio. They don't like the idea that if they decide to break this off, that you may be with another person, okay? Which is kind of contradictory to coming together consciously. But that was the trigger point for them. Do they walk away from this relationship because they're not yet ready to move in together or to go together? They liked their independence, not that they wanted to see other people, but they wanted to maintain their own identity. But they decided that you were part of their identity, okay? And they didn't want anyone else there, not in their place, but they didn't want anybody else there to be with you. They knew they were the one to be with you. So that's what that sadness is. And looking back on it, they want to go ahead. They want to nurture this relationship. They want to move forward. They want this to be a matter of you two loving each other and moving forward together. So they're very passionate about you, but they want to build, but they want to build slowly, okay? And they want to move forward with you, but they're not ready for the all or nothing kind of deal, Scorpio, So let me just get an oracle card here. The journey, 10, closing out old cycles. This is about the journey. It's about the journey itself, not, the end game today, okay? It's about taking the journey together, Scorpio. So let's see what a potential final outcome can be. I think your person walked away just a little bit, but then they realized their happiness. Their happiness was relationship with you. Transformation, relationship with Scorpio. Transforming the relationship from one level to another. I think they're afraid though when they get back, they've missed an opportunity with you. And they're afraid that you're going to say, oh, well, that train's, left the station. You missed your moment. And they're afraid that it's going to basically kill what you've been building up to, right? Tower moment. There's going to be a lot of feelings of, you're like, because they weren't sure right then. Scorpio thinks that means that there's deception, okay? If you're not full on about what you have to say and what you're doing, Scorpio may interpret that to mean, oh, well, that gets Scorpio suspicious, okay? Is there another person? Well, why don't you? Well, are you into this or not? And so there's going to be a lot of airing things out that have to happen. You're going to have to clear the air about what their indecision was at the moment you presented it to them, or they to you, okay? After that is aired out, you will be moving full on, full bore toward the Lovers. You are moving on full steam ahead with this lover. Got to clear the air. Don't make them suffer too much, Scorpio, okay? Because they're not built like you are, okay? They don't know because they've already made the parallels. They've already analyzed the patterns. The whole time you've been in a relationship with this person, you've been analyzing their potential for harm. You've been analyzing their potential for loyalty. You've been analyzing their potential for forward movement with you. So when they said, I'm not sure, let me think about it for a little while. Let me think about, if that's what I want to do. You took that as a sign that they were being disloyal to you or to the idea of the relationship. That's not what they were doing. They're just not made like you. So they had to think about and analyze it at that point. Even though you've been going through the relationship doing that, they just now are being presented with that idea. So there's going to be some airing out about, well, what were you unsure about? Well, this, well, that. You got to air that out. Once you air it out, you're moving full steam ahead with this lover. Some of you could be dealing with Gemini, Libra. I've got Libra heavy on the board. There's Pisces, fire signs, Gemini. I said Gemini. Some of you could be dealing with other water signs. And I have Earth. But you're going to be moving full steam ahead with this lover, Scorpio. Air it out, but don't be too, don't interrogate them, okay? Let them tell you what they have to say, all right? I don't know why that was so complicated, but I just feel the need to say, because I know how Scorpios can be, I just feel the need to say, they're not made like you, and they haven't been analyzing it the whole way round. Let them do their analyzation because they're coming right straight back toward you. Sit and watch, Scorpio. But don't rake them over the coals when they come back, okay? Because I know that's a hard thing to try to not to do, is rake them over the coals. You might want to do that, but don't do it. Don't do it, Scorpio. Don't do it. All right. So they're wanting to come toward you in love. They have come to the decision that you are what they want moving forward. They're ready to move the relationship up a level. And they're coming straight toward you with that revelation. But you have to let the journey unfold, okay? Expression, you are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. You've been ready. You've been knowing. You just haven't presented it to this person. You've kind of been keeping it to yourself, but when you presented it to them, it was like they were kind of taken aback a little bit. So then they had to go into their process. They're coming right straight back toward you with the thought process that you originally presented to them. Patience. You are able to let the universal energy of transformation move according to its own loving rhythm. Let it unfold. All right, let's get this on here. Nurture. Nurture. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. So for some of you, there may be children involved in this relationship. Maybe that's why this person over here was kind of like, I don't know. Gifts from God. We angels, because it changes their life, okay, as well as the child's life, okay? So they have to make sure it's the best thing for them and the child. So for some of you, that may have been the delay. Okay. For others of you, it was because this person didn't want to be enveloped in something. They wanted to keep their own identity. For others of you, they hadn't thought about it until you presented it to them. They had to think about it. We angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. So, this gift of letting it unfold is also a lesson for you, Scorpio, to understand patience and free will. Okay? Patience and free will. So, let's get a love card on it and see what they have to say, and we'll call it a wrap. But Scorpio, coming into January, this is going to be about changes. Again, this is about moving forward, okay? How do you want to move forward, okay? What do you want to make this about? And setting those intentions and following through. But don't get wrapped up in rejection. Don't get suspicious, okay? Because your person's coming right straight back toward you. There's nobody else here but you, but they have things to consider. Be willing to express love. Don't break them over the coals. When we express love, we begin to receive more love. Romance. Lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. Okay? Receive them with love. And I want to say a little bit about this card too. You know, if you can see here, they've got their hands tied together. That's a hands falling ceremony, okay? And that was the old pagan way of getting married, of committing to one another. They both tie their hands together as an act of commitment and becoming one, okay? Moving together, okay? So that's how they feel about you, and that's what you're going to be heading toward. So Scorpio, that's what I have for you for January. What's in their head? They're coming straight for you, leveling up the relationship, and that's a beautiful thing. So I'll see you guys shortly with what's in their, love and separation January.